Success stories in Hollywood often follow a familiar script: talent discovered early, a lucky break, and fame that arrives almost effortlessly. But the life of Jason Statham defies that narrative. Long before the blockbuster films, the global recognition, and the billions in box office revenue, he was simply a teenage boy standing on cold London streets, selling counterfeit perfume just to survive. His journey was not paved with opportunity or powerful connections. Instead, it was forged through hardship, discipline, and relentless determination. From poverty and disappointment to life-threatening danger and eventual global success, Statham's story is not about luck, it is about transformation. A childhood shaped by survival. Jason Statham was born on July 26, 1967, in a modest English town where ambition often felt like an unrealistic luxury. His mother, Eileen, worked as a dancer, while his father, Barry, earned money however he could, often selling inexpensive jewelry, watches, and imitation perfume on the streets. Money was rarely stable, and the family lived with constant financial pressure. By the time Jason was a teenager, survival meant joining his father in the hustle. On busy street corners, he learned how to read people quickly, who might stop, who might buy, and who would simply walk away. Lessons learned on the streets. At just 14 years old, Jason was already working beside his father, helping sell imitation products to strangers. It was not glamorous work, and it came with its share of embarrassment. While other teenagers spent their summers on holidays or enjoying carefree days with friends, Jason spent his time counting coins and trying to make a sale. Yet those long days taught him powerful lessons: confidence, communication, and resilience. He learned how to stand his ground, how to perform for a crowd, and how to survive in an unforgiving environment. Those early experiences unknowingly laid the foundation for the charisma and presence he would later display on screen. Finding discipline through martial arts. Despite the harshness of his daily life, Jason found refuge in discipline. Martial arts became his escape from the chaos of poverty. After long days of street hustling, he dedicated his evenings to training. He studied various forms, including kung fu, kickboxing, and karate. In the dojo, status and wealth meant nothing. Only dedication mattered. The rigorous training demanded focus, precision, and endurance, qualities that Jason embraced wholeheartedly. Martial arts provided him with structure and purpose, shaping both his physical strength and mental resilience. For the first time, he felt that effort alone could determine success. Discovering a talent for diving. Around the age of 15, Jason discovered another passion: diving. What began as a casual interest quickly revealed a natural ability. He possessed remarkable balance and fearlessness while performing aerial movements. Coaches noticed his talent, and he eventually joined the British National Diving Squad. For the first time in his life, he had a dream that felt bigger than survival. Diving represented possibility, a path that could lead beyond the struggles of his upbringing. Determined to succeed, Jason committed himself entirely to the sport, dedicating years to mastering the demanding discipline. 12 years of relentless training. For more than a decade, Jason trained relentlessly as a competitive diver. His days often began before sunrise with grueling practice sessions and ended in exhaustion after evening workouts. Weekends were spent perfecting dives from the 10-meter platform, studying technique, and refining every rotation and entry. His dedication paid off when he represented England at the 1990 Commonwealth Games in Auckland. Competing at an international level was a proud moment, yet the ultimate dream, the Olympic Games, remained just out of reach despite years of sacrifice and determination. The pain of unfulfilled dreams. Despite his extraordinary commitment, Jason narrowly missed qualifying for the Olympics in both 1988 and 1992. The disappointment was profound, After 12 years of training, pain, and unwavering discipline, the dream that had fueled his life slipped away. He later admitted that the failure weighed heavily on him. For many athletes, such a loss might have ended their pursuit of greatness entirely. Yet Jason's journey was far from over. Although diving had not delivered the future he imagined, the discipline and resilience it built within him would soon prove invaluable. An unexpected opportunity in modeling. After leaving competitive diving, Jason returned briefly to the only work he truly knew: street hustling. But fate soon intervened. A modeling agency noticed him while he was training at London's Crystal Palace National Sports Centre. His athletic build and distinctive features caught their attention, leading to professional modeling opportunities. Major brands began to take notice, including Tommy Hilfiger and Levi's. By the late 1990s, he had become the face of campaigns for French Connection. Though successful, modeling felt like a temporary chapter rather than his final destination. The moment that nearly ended everything. Years later, while filming an action sequence, Jason faced a life-threatening accident that would test everything he had learned. During a stunt involving a truck plunging into the Black Sea, the vehicle sank rapidly with Jason still inside. Trapped 60 feet underwater in darkness, he had only seconds to react. Panic could have been fatal, but his diving training took over. Years of breath control, underwater awareness, and calm thinking allowed him to escape the sinking vehicle. Fighting against heavy costume gear and rising panic, he swam upward toward the surface, barely making it out alive. Survival, determination, and Hollywood success. The near-death experience shocked everyone on set. Actor Terry Crews reportedly watched the truck disappear beneath the water and feared the worst. Yet Jason resurfaced moments later, astonishing the crew. Even more remarkable, after changing clothes, he returned to film the scene again. That determination defined his career. Over time, he became one of Hollywood's most dependable action stars, working alongside legends like Sylvester Stallone. Films such as The Meg and Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw helped build a global box office legacy worth billions. Family, purpose, and lasting legacy. Beyond the fame and success, Jason eventually found stability in his personal life with model Rosie Huntington-Whiteley. Together, they built a family and welcomed 2 children, shifting Jason's focus toward being present as a father. Today, he remains dedicated to intense training while also supporting charitable causes such as Together for Short Lives. He advocates for greater recognition of stunt performers in the film industry, honoring those who take physical risks without receiving the spotlight. His legacy now extends beyond films to discipline, perseverance, and respect for the craft. Conclusion: the journey of Jason Statham proves that failure is not the end of a dream. It is often the beginning of transformation. The boy who once sold counterfeit goods on cold streets eventually became a global action icon. The diver who never reached the Olympic podium survived a deadly accident using the very skills he once believed had failed him. Every hardship he endured helped shape the strength that carried him forward. His story reminds us that sometimes the abilities we think are wasted become the very tools that save us and lead us to greatness.